offense. Bogdanovic never stopped moving. That's a steal for Drummond.
Andre Drummond knocked it free, and Torrey Craig. Oh!
Bruh.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
Yeah. The Bulls couldn't sit and wait and prepare for us for 3 days this time. You know that. What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from Knick Of Time Show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And guess what? You already know the Knicks beat the Bulls 128-117, led by our MVP candidate, Jalen Brunson. All right? He got it on. But Josh Hart, let's start with Josh Hart. Because Josh Hart, you guys, still has a sprained wrist, and he scored 17 points and gave you 13 rebounds on the night. Did not get ejected. He did not get ejected today, so he's able to kind of keep up with the rebounds. Hartenstein gives you 11 points and 6 assists. Donte DiVincenzo gives you 21 points and 8 assists. OG Anunoby is looking really good right now. He gave you 24 points on and a block and 3 rebounds. And of course, you already know our MVP, Big Shot Brunson. He gave you 45 points and 8 assists on the night on efficient shooting, 54% from the field, 7 of 12 from the 3. Is he hanging out with Donte too much? And then hit 12 from 12 from the free throw line. Give that man a trophy today. Give that man a trophy, all right? This man is the MVP to me. He's my MVP anyway. The Knicks did their thing, man. The Knicks did their thing. Defense was still kind of a little shaky, but the Knicks pulled out the win, and you know what Tim says, all that matters is that W column. So we're going to talk about it, all the good, the bad, the ugly, and we're going to talk about this win. But before we get into the details, let me introduce you to my guys. The first and foremost is the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building. Big win tonight in Chicago, and the Knicks are officially in 3rd place because the Magic lost to the Rockets in Houston. Let's go.
That's right. Locking up 3rd place for you boys, all right? And of course, you already know it's our XD1 baller, Ebony, in the building. What's going on, Ebony? What's going on?
What's up, y'all? I'm good. I'm enjoying this team. I'm loving this team. Yeah, the defense was a little bit, but our offense was beautiful all throughout this game. Jalen Brunson is a superstar. Jalen Brunson is a superstar. I don't care what nobody say. I don't need the NBA top 10 MVP ladder list to let me know that this is an MVP. This definition of an MVP. I definitely, we're adjusting. We're adjusting. What more can you ask? We out here adjusting. How can you not love this team?
I agree. I definitely agree. I don't care what anybody says, but don't look now, Ebony. People are starting to notice. I mean, it's the season's almost over. It might be kind of late for everybody else. We kind of seen it coming, but people are starting to notice. And Lee Escobedo is also joining. He's coming. He's joining a little bit late, so we'll give him time to kind of set up as we talk some Knicks basketball. Wait a minute. He's here. Let's go.
I had a bust of Stone Cold Steve Austin intro. I'm in the house, baby. Let's go, Knicks win, baby. Let's go.
Oh man, you came just in time, man. You just in time. Of course, you already know, man. It's Latin assassin Lee Escobedo. What's going on, Lee?
Yo, OG, man. OG was unbelievable tonight. Loved seeing the offensive awareness from him, stepping up when Big Juice out with an injury and DiVincenzo wasn't having one of his usual games. We need a good OG game, and we got it, both on the offensive and defensive end, clamping down DeRozan the clutch time, making sure that little run didn't get it up to a tie game. Love what I saw from OG. Love what I saw from Tibbs, Brunson, the whole gang. We go, baby. Nova boys in the house.
Nova boys in the building, all right? Watch out for that slam cover. Let's watch out for the slam cover. We might as well just start with the OG. Let's just see everybody's thoughts on OG and the game in general. I know I have my thoughts. Anybody else? Anybody can start. Who's feeling the spirit?
Okay, I guess I'll go with this since everybody's so quiet. So, Yeah, man, OG had a good game tonight, man. It seems like the elbow's getting better because the one sign that showed me that his elbow was getting better was I think when he drove to the basket and dunked it. I saw he dunked it on the that had the elbow the pad on it. So that let me know right there that he must be feeling better if he's dunking with the arm that he injured his elbow on. But yeah, man, OG's points are definitely major tonight. If him getting his shot back is major for the Knicks because that's like an extra boost that the Knicks need right there. You know, somebody else that can, hit the three and score when needed. And I did like the fact that Brunson was finding him early in the game and giving him opportunities to get into the flow of the offense and things of that nature. And you have to pick up Brunson as well because he scored 45 points, but I think he did an excellent job of getting others involved early and getting others into the flow of the offense as well. And then it just pretty much was a waterfall from that time on. But yeah, OG, he got into foul trouble early, which was unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple ticky-tack fouls here and there, but
Mm.
and
Things that make you go.
yeah, but yeah, then you definitely saw that once he got into foul trouble and the Knicks took him off of DeRozan because they wanted to protect him, so he doesn't pick up another foul. From then on, you just saw DeRozan started to go off because early in the game, OG pretty much held him down, and DeRozan wasn't that effective early in the game. But then once OG went off him and they put Josh Hart on him, and DeRozan had the size advantage over Josh Hart, that's when he started to go off. But then, like Lee said, late in the game, when the Knicks needed to get stops, they put OG back on DeRozan, and he was able to slow him down. That pretty much propelled the Knicks to the win. But yeah, man, OG definitely stepped up tonight. It looks like the elbow is getting better, and if he can continue this play, it's gonna definitely look good going to the playoffs.
OG to me is the key. He's the key. When I know Randle is down, but that confidence I have in his team to like maybe go far is because of OG Anunoby and his ridiculous record, man. Like we're pretty much unbeatable when OG is in the lineup. The first game he lost to the Bulls. I don't even want to count that OG game because that was his first game back. He was still kind of filling his oats. He was still like playing less minutes. It was a little bit weird, but now that he's more of a rhythm. You can really see the effectiveness of OG. And even that first game back, that first half was shaky for him, and that second half is when he really started to put the clamps on. And today was even another level. Ryan mentioned the 3-point shooting. He shot 4-6 from 3, 66% from the field. And the defense was there. He's always playing 2 or 3 people at a play, shut down DeRozan, like you said. And not only that, he was just really aggressive getting to the rim. And that's what you want to do versus the Bulls, who don't really have a big time shot blocker down there. And because we have a guy who's that size at wing who can drive and finish with authority, it really helps round our team out. So this was a great game from OG, who sometimes is seen as passive, but has 24 points tonight and a plus 12 on the night.
Facts. This little robot RD. This remind me of of OG. Just a robot on that defensive end. He just ridiculous.
Who else is a robot? Who else we call a robot? Kawhi Leonard, that's baby Kawhi, damn it.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel with OG. Now it's just that he can do so many things, impact the game in so many different ways without scoring. And today you saw how he could impact the game when he does score. And what I liked about OG and what I liked about his game offensively is very, very subtle. And he's a great cutter. Like he's the perfect time to cut to the basket when lead to the basket, give options. He adjusts very well to get lanes, passing lanes to the shooters so they see him. Like Jalen Brunson to see him and things of that nature. They connected a lot of people who connected with him today. We had the whole starting five besides OG had over about at least 6 assists.
31 assists on the night for the Knicks.
So yeah, we were cutting, and we used Chicago's aggressiveness against them. Knowing us as shooters, OG being a shooter, you may run them off the line or paying attention to Jalen Brunson. You may forget about people, which you've seen OG cut backdoor. You've seen Donte do it countless times today. You've seen everybody really just use that aggression today. I liked that he didn't settle for the jump shot at all today. It was straight work. He was trying to get to that bucket. He wanted to get to that cup. He was like, I ain't relying on that 3-point shot. Y'all ain't gonna tell me my elbow affected my shot.
Exactly. Exactly. Didn't
So,
today. 4 or 6 from 3
not
from
today.
OG.
But I love it. I love it with OG. There was some ticky tack fouls, and I kind of think that it trickled down to our defense a little bit, became a little less aggressive, and allowed them more space in doing that. But we was able to outshoot them because again we have enough offense, y'all. We just got defense to lock it up. You see.
We just gotta tinker the defense. The one thing that was one of the biggest things outside of DeRozan just smoking our boots was the Vujicic matchup kind of killed us. We couldn't really figure that out. I still feel like we might. This is the only thing that makes me worry a little bit about Boston. We still really haven't figured out how to guard that stretch 5 really. Like there was a time where he was picking and rolling us to death. And then I felt like he was closing out way too far on him and he was able to blow by us. And he's not a fast dude. So for him to be able to just blow by us at -2 miles per hour was alarming. So we have to figure out a way to clean that up.
With Vooch, I think what Vooch happened was, that he is not a good 3-point shooter. So you will want him to take that right now. You know, you will want him to. But again, everybody becomes Steph Curry against us. So they start. You remember you had Vooch hit the dagger against us the other game with the 3-pointer. He wasn't shooting that 3 at all well, like at all. So like it's like in between. Like, do I give him the shot? Okay, he's hitting the shot now. Now I got to close out a little bit more harder than I want to. And you seen that he was responsible to that because he would rather not take a 3.
Repeat yourself. I mean, they said your mic sounds crazy. It might be a connection issue or something. You sound fine here though, but to us. But maybe repeat that. Maybe people.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
I don't know. They said that she's good now in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just repeat a little bit what you just said, just to make sure.
I said, yeah. Well, Vooch, he hasn't been shooting the 3 very well this season at all. So, you know, you want him to take that shot, but again, everybody becomes Steph when they play us. So now it's like, okay, the defense is playing kind of in between. Do I go out to him now? Now I'm going out to him too much. He's hitting a couple shots, and Vooch would rather go do what you see him doing. You know, the spin moves to the bucket. That's more of his game, mid range. So yeah, I agree. I just think with that again becomes matchups. We have other pieces. Maybe try to throw them in there. If Mitch or Hart can't contain.
I feel like you're talking about Sims. Of course. How did I know? Speaking of other matchups, man, I didn't even get. There's a lot of people who didn't play today, but I guess we'll get to that later. We can get to that later. I want to get to our MVP candidate. He looked cold-blooded today. It's getting to the point where he can pretty much score 50 a game, it seems like, and it's scary. Because like it's been a few times by halftime he's had 23, 25, and you're like, oh wait, is one of those? And the thing about Brunson is, you know, when Randle was here, his 3-point shot was really efficient. And even before that, he was just really good at shooting those pull-up threes. Like that was something that we kind of even talked about he should be working on, because people are going to be zoning in on him so much that maybe he should work on hitting those pull-up threes to soften the defense. Today, the pull-up 3 was working. And when I was working in the first half, I was like, oh, y'all in trouble. And he knew it too. And you can look at his face and tell there was no point in this entire game where Brunson was worried. Like he looked like he was in complete control, and he was just like, oh yeah, down 4, that's cool. I'm gonna just do what I want to do. Wow. It was, and then you see the Bulls trying hard, and I don't know, it looked like he was on another level today. It looked like he was on another level. And he scored 45, but it still looked like he could have won for 60, or I don't know. He's ridiculous today. And MVP for sure. MVP candidate for sure. And I just like that he's getting the attention now. He's getting so much attention now. If you go on Twitter, that other fans are starting to hate on him because he's rising in the MVP voting. And I'm just like, yes. We've reached that stage now where he's in MVP voting and other fans are shocked. And the first sign, like the first it's like signs of grief, and the first sign is denial. It's like, he's better than my guy. No, he's not. No, he's not. Look at his stats and look at his stats. He's not better. Your guy doesn't play defense. Your guy has other all-stars around him, and y'all still have a record that's not where it should be. Your guy is not as good as you think, and Brunson cooked your guy. So hold all those L's. I'm loving the intention that Jalen Brunson is getting on his MVP run. And man, if we get to the third or second seed, woo-hoo-hoo.
Yes, facts. Facts. I just want to say, about what can you say about Brunson? I love players who are cerebral. I love players who want to get better, who watch themselves and you say I got to do better and then do better. We had talked about last game when we played Chicago about the one-on-one coverage that the Bulls had made, and I felt that he should have facilitated a little earlier in that game, and got, because he could get a bucket whenever he want to, so help get others buckets. And that's immediately to first quarter. You see OG go off first. You seen Donte with the back pass, cutting and things of that nature. Donte not solely dependent again on his jump shot. He was dunking, had like 2 or 3 dunks in the first quarter, I believe.
Yep.
So then that's growth. You see JB growth, understanding what he did last game and improving from that. Like you gotta love this guy. You have to love this guy. And then he made all defender Caruso. I forgot my combs. I was trying to bring him for him. that was today. Caruso was the combs today. He got his number.
He do, man. It's got to the point where if you have somebody who's 2 inches taller than him, like, he has no chance. Like, not even a little bit. He has to be 6'7" or 6'8" to even have like a little bit of a chance. And he's still gonna cook them. It's just gonna take like a couple more dribbles. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna take a couple more dribbles. But if you guarding Brunson with a guy who is his height or 2 inches taller, good luck. It's gonna be a long night for your team.
Thanks.
I don't know if you guys have anything to add about Brunson, the game, whatever you want to talk
I'll let Lee go because Lee hasn't talked since he came on. So I'll let Lee go first.
Muted. You pulling a me.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you, Ryan. So some of the things that I really liked about this team is currently constructed, and I don't have to talk about my love for Julius Randle because I think of the 4 of us, we all agree I probably love him the most of the KOT team. But with him being out, we are a less predictable team offensively. And I think it really employs playmaking from Hart, Hart, and OG, and really even DiVincenzo. There's a lot more ball movement. You have more regular games like today where we have 31 assists. And I don't mean these comments as a knock toward Randle, and I don't believe we're a better team offensively without Randle, but we are a better team defensively because there are so many stretches where that Randle takes off, whether it's serve energy or because he's having a stretch of laziness, or he's not locked in, or he's not reading the game in this way that he should be at this point in his career. But defensively, with OG at the 4, is that when they switched Melo, when Woodson put Melo from a 3 to 4, and it really unlocked his first step and his ability to stretch defense, and it made us a more well-rounded team offensively when he moved Stat to the bench. We're kind of seeing that now with OG at the 4. It allows for more spacing. I think Brunson has better driving lanes going to the rim. I think Hart has more space to operate when he's in that give and go in the high post, be able to find cutters, as Ebony said earlier, with OG cutting to the basket. We are less predictable on offense and less predictable on defense too. And the shot diet is completely different as well. Now your 3.7 isolation attempts less per game with Julius Randle. Now Brunson's around 3.72. They're about the same stretch, but a certain percentage of Randle shots of those 20 for 23 points per game when come in isolation. And usually it's going to happen in late game scenarios. Now, instead of doubling them and having a Devo for an open three, now you can pick your poison. And it's really hard to sag off of one guy and leave someone like the DiVincenzo or even a Hart, who was very good from three-point land today, wide open. Corners. It makes us, to me, a more modern team. It makes us a more fast-paced team and gives us more opportunities for transition buckets. When you take Randle's, and here's another thing, it's the predictability of that finishing lineup is completely out the window now, too. Who finishes? Bodie to finish a game at this point, or even Josh Hart at the 4 could finish a game at this point, because you always knew no matter who was hot in the 4 or 5, Randle was finishing the game. That was one of Tibbs' biggest weaknesses. He couldn't unshackle himself from Randle finishing in the fourth quarter. Now he doesn't have that problem. So I think it presents a lot of interesting opportunities for us. We could show that we're either a more efficient or a more diverse offense without Randle, and who knows, if things go right and OG gives us 20 a game or more, we could go to the finals this season.
You know what else? I'll say this too. Now, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Everything you said about unpredictability on offense, unpredictability on defense. I do want to say, when OG was here playing with Randle, I do feel like, I don't know if it's because he's inspired by OG being there. I don't know if it's because he feels like he can serve more energy on the offensive end and defensive end. I do feel like he even started to turn up a notch when OG got here. And we were 15-2. We were 15-2 with those two in there. But you're absolutely right about the predictability. It's everywhere. And I think not having Randle has unleashed something in Tibbs' brain, because because he doesn't have that reliable thing to go with. He's just been more creative on how he does everything, offense and defense, and substitution patterns, and who's finishing, and everything.
Facts. I gotta give Tibbs some flowers. So whoever it is in his ear, I gotta give him some flowers. Our offense has looked better. Our movement, our sets, everything. Even the spacing we're having when you have Mitch and Josh Hart in the game together or whatever. What he did today, what I noticed he did a couple times, was he used the non-shooters as a double screener. He would use them double screen, right? So the non-shooters, either first time it was Mitch and it was Hart that did it, and then wound up getting Jalen Brunson a good 3. He shot like a wide open 3 because the help had dropped down too low. They couldn't recover. So that way you help the space in that way, and people can't help off because the non-shooters also are both up there with Jalen Brunson. So if you just drop back behind, that's what happens. Jalen Brunson gets a 3-point because the help never came, Then they did it again with Hart. It was Hart and iHeart, I believe, and that's when they got OG wide open dunk, I believe. That's when they got him a wide open dunk at the dunker spot. So he's adjusting. He is being creative. He's trying different things to keep the offense moving and unstagnant. And I gotta give him flowers for that. Definitely. It was a point when we came out we had 17 assists today at halftime after having single digits 2 games in a row. You get what I'm saying? Adjustments. We wound up with 31. Then we started the second half off with 3 straight assists. Like, so, and it was, I don't even think any of it was it Jalen Brunson that scored? I don't think any of it was to Jalen Brunson to score. It was a Donte DiVincenzo pass to iHeart for a dunk. Yeah. Then it was a possession where everybody touched the ball. Remember that the ball went around reverse. They got OG a 3-pointer in that corner over there. And the very next play, it was Hart pushed the ball. Not iHeart. Hart had pushed the ball down and got Donte an open 3. And it caused Chicago
call a
timeout. Yeah. So, like, I see the adjustments. It's just way more movement for the ball and play movement that I've ever seen in our lineup before. And I appreciate it because it's beautiful basketball to watch. Like that. How do you stop that? You can't.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we could even have more assists because McBride he had like an off night. He was only 3 of 10 for the field. He missed a lot of wide open threes that he usually hit. So I feel like there was assists left at the table, to be honest with you. To be absolutely honest with you. Even Donte was off tonight, 3 of 9. But he got a couple of beautiful dimes just cutting to the basket and just ball movement. I still feel like we still have to figure out ways to utilize Mitch a little bit more on offense. Right now, Hartenstein, of course, it's a more natural Hartenstein because he just I think the trust is there with Hartenstein on where to give him the ball, where not to give him the ball. Mitch will be open in the same spots like I think Lee mentioned a couple of days ago. They won't pass him there. I don't think the trust is there for him to pass there yet, but we still have to find ways to utilize Mitch in the offense a little bit more, a lot more. Yeah, well, he didn't even score today. 0 points, 2 steals. Defensively, he was all right. But yeah, we need more of that. And he's getting healthier too. So he's actually played 20 minutes tonight. And when he's playing a little more, you're starting to see other minutes diminish as well. You see Precious get that DNP. This might be his first DNP since he's been in the lineup. And we also saw Alec Burks get a DNP. So
Again,
he's like
a bench player.
Yeah, and I think pretty much Dibs used an 8-man rotation tonight, and I'm thinking this is the rotation that he's going to use going into the playoffs. I think he's gearing up for the playoffs and trying to figure out which guys he's going to use in the rotation, which guys are going to be out. And I feel like the 8-man rotation he used tonight, that's the 8-man rotation he's going to use going into the playoffs. And yeah, I do want to touch on a few things though, like McBride, for example, because McBride, he didn't have a good game tonight. He was 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. He didn't shoot the ball well, but I did see a few plays where you're seeing the evolution in his game because even though he didn't shoot the ball well, he still created shots for others. That I think that one play where he found Hardestein for that hook shot in the paint, number 1, and then another play as well where I think he drove into the lane. And the shot clock was running out. And he found Josh Hart in the corner for 3, and Josh Hart was able to hit that as well. And the knock has always been with McBride that the fact that he needs to evolve his playmaking a bit, and he's showing signs game by game that he's developing that part of his game. And I just like the development I see from McBride. And even though he didn't shoot well tonight, I thought he had a really decent game, at least from a playmaking perspective and trying to create off the dribble as opposed to, just, shooting the J when it comes to him. So, I also want to big up McBride as well. And yeah, overall, yeah, that's all I gotta say, pretty much.
Yeah. Deuce, can I say real quick? Deuce, he definitely didn't have the best shooting game, but like Ryan mentioned, I seen a lot of positives today. He did do some playmaking, and he looked real bouncy off the dribble today too. It was a time where he went baseline, and it was in a struggle to get there. Like he just did a little whoop whoop, the first step looking great, and he got there. And I think that was when he got a OG to 3, or got OG a 3 actually. I'm not sure, I can't remember, but I know that move was nice, and then also his finishing ability.
Yes, that's what I was about to mention.
Yeah, him getting to the lane and finishing now. He's getting his angles. He's learning. I guess you see Brunson, he's picking up on how to score over the length. No diddy pause in the NBA, and you can see that.
Not for real. Like, he looks really fluid dribbling the ball right now. The thing is, yo, I can't. I don't know why it's funny when Ebony says it to anybody else.
It just is.
It just is. Maybe because she's a woman too, but it's way funny when. But, the thing with McBride, like I think it's gonna be next year. Like I think it's gonna be more next year when he starts to kind of mesh the playmaking with the scoring. Because I remember when he first got here, it was just all playmaking and no scoring at all. And sometimes when it's like that, you're not a threat to score. When you're not a threat to score, it affects your playmaking. Because people just sag off you play the passing lanes. And now that playmaking instinct you have coming in is not effective anymore. So I think pretty much what Tibbs is doing is what he did with IQ, simplify it. Hey, you're just work on scoring this year. Work on scoring this year. Next year, you're going to bring back more playmaking. And I think we'll start to see more of a mix starting next season with Miles McBride, especially because right now you can see the handle is better, the passing is better, the finishing is better. I think the playmaking is going to come around eventually. You're going to start to see more of that next season, for sure. But,
to comment on that hot take, I think Deuce McBride might be a better fit with this team than Immanuel Quickley. I think Immanuel Quickley is a better player, and I do think that we are going to regret, in a way, although OG is incredible when he's healthy. But there's going to be a sense of regret because I do think Immanuel Quickley has star potential. And I think he's going to reach that in Toronto. I'm a big fan of the kid for many reasons, on and off the court. But Deuce's shot diet, where he shoots and how open he is and how he doesn't have to be on ball in order to be effective is a great, great plus minus for him playing alongside Brunson. It allows he can go on ball when needed, but I think Devo and Hart are actually a little bit more, and Hart are better suited for that role. And even though Immanuel Quickley was able to take some of the rest, ball handling duties and playmaking duties from Brunson, he was so inconsistent offensively. And for someone who was known as a shooter, I never really feel like he got into that stride, into that DiVincenzo territory as a shooter here in New York. And even his mid-range was up and down in level of consistency as well from year to year. He got better like overall season to season, but certain things would take a step back. And he would have long stretches where his shot was really off. Deuce McBride is such an elite shooter from three, and he's starting to be able to be a movement shooter as well. And he's can dagger pull up threes, which we didn't see at all in the first half of the season. So I love IQ. I like IQ more than I do McBride. I wish he was still here, but I think McBride might be the better fit next to Brunson than Immanuel Quickley.
Yeah, I would say as it's crazy. As a 3-and-D guy, McBride is a better fit for that role. As a guy who can play make, I still feel like IQ is better equipped as a playmaker than McBride today. So it's just what you need to me, to be honest with you. I'm not mad at it though. I'm not mad at the take, but it just really depends. Like, but if you need somebody who just to be off ball, I'm not sure if IQ can play that McBride style of being off ball and hitting threes.
I agree.
I think IQ is a type of player who needs the ball to be effective, and so it's just roll. It's just roll. And like you said, he's growing. IQ is growing in his role too. He's had a couple of 17 assist games over there in Toronto. So his playmaking has been good. It's just, but by far, like McBride is a way better, reliable, consistent 3-point shooter for sure. Like, and it's not close.
Yeah.
You muted, Ebony.
Of course. I'm out. I did it. Of course I am. McBride doesn't go out of his comfort zone, meaning not comfort zone. He doesn't do anything out of the extra. Like, he takes great shot selections.
Yep.
He doesn't force bad shots. He plays very composed for a young player. I think in the fact that his defense, yes, Quickly was a good defender, but Deuce is a great, like, we could be mentioning 3 defensive playmakers on our team. You get what I'm saying? That's what they call him. So he could be another one. I really see that for him. And I think that's better suited alongside of Jalen Brunson, because that's one of the knocks in his game is on his on-ball defense.
I think that's why Tibbs has been less hesitant to start him. Maybe that's a theory, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think I agree though. I agree with it is a better fit to me also, and I love IQ, but I see it because IQ is sometimes where I'm like, you shouldn't have took that shot quickly. Like, why'd you take that shot?
Yeah.
Why'd you take that? Like, okay, you wildin', I get it. It was a heat check. It might have been a heat check, But again, it's just two different ways because IQ can kind. You see what he did with Boston. His scoring ability. He has the kind
Yeah.
of scoring ability where he can take over games. So that is a difference. But I think you're right. That Deuce is a better fit right now next to Jalen Brunson and what this team needs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny. Like next to Jalen Brunson, I can definitely say that. But on other times, I'm like, man, I still wish we had another playmaker. Sometimes, but we've been able to survive without it so far by mixing in Donte a little bit and a little bit of Bogey. I still feel like we need a playmaker off the bench,
Yeah.
and maybe
think-
Deuce can grow into that. Go ahead, it's my bad.
Go ahead,
No,
Ryan.
it's cool. Yeah, I just wanted to add something right quick. I think at least with the way this Knicks team is currently constructed, I think the times when the Knicks miss and Immanuel quickly is like, for example, when Brunson goes out of games, and sometimes the Knicks offense might be stagnant.
Yeah,
When he's out of games, I think that's the only time he really missed quickly because quickly was able to come into the game and he was just instant offense. He could just create, his own shot and create shots for others and things of that nature. But when you look at the team as a whole and what the team needs, I think the team needed more consistent shooting around Brunson. Like that was the main need for the Knicks. And like we said with Quickly, was Quickly a good shooter? Of course, yeah, he's a pretty good shooter, but he wasn't consistent. McBride has a consistent 3-point shot where if McBride spots up and you find him open in the corner for three, he's gonna knock in that shot. And the Knicks just needed more consistent shooting around Brunson so they can have better spacing around him. So I think comparing McBride to Quickly is like apples and oranges because I think they're two different players. They're not really the same player like that. But I think with the way the team is currently constructed, I think it is safe to say that McBride is probably a better fit than Quickly. But Quickly, I think you do miss it from like the playmaking standpoint. With him being able to create his own shot at times, things of that nature. But McBride, he's more consistent with the shooting, and on defense, he is the better defender than Quickly as well, and that's why he fits in better.
I want to add one more thing. I'll keep it short. I also think the Deuce and Bride is more plug and play. Doesn't matter what other four guys are on the court with him. He can still fill the same role, both on offense and defense. Where Immanuel Quickly, it really mattered how much chemistry he had with a player. I mean, he worked really well with Obi Toppin. He worked really well with Derrick Rose. He worked really well with Alec Burks too. But I feel like the chemistry between him and Mitch was never really there. You never really found Mitch as a lob threat. And I'm not saying Deuce and Bride is as well, but Deuce and Bride can at least stretch a defense with a consistent three ball and not play outside of himself. The same way McBride plays within his role, IQ constantly played outside of his role. And what was, in my terms, best for efficiency. So Immanuel Quickly is taking him a while to adjust to his teammates in Toronto, but OG is like Deuce. OG can play anywhere with anyone in any system and be highly effective.
I think when you have the ball in your hands in general, like there's a certain archetype of player, right? 3-and-D guys will fit anywhere. Plug and play. You can plug and play 3-and-D guys wherever you go into the league. But when you have a guy who is a playmaker and needs the ball in his hand, it usually takes a little bit of time to learn other people's tendencies and figure out where everybody else is on the floor. That's why I don't know if you really look at it. Whenever there's a big time scorer who goes from one team to another, there's always the same narrative of, oh man, he's not finding his way. He's not really scoring now. And then you look 20 games later, he's like, oh wow, he's found his niche. He's playing now. And it seems like that happens a lot. And I think that's just the type of, I think it's just the type of archetype that you have to, it happens everywhere, especially like super teams and things like that. The people who have the ball in their hands more just need more time to kind of mesh in general. That's just the way it is. 3-and-D guys, you can plug and play wherever you go.
Facts. Alexander with the no Diddy in the chat. That's why I was laughing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yo. And to be honest with you too, I feel like Bojan is starting to come along. He didn't really have a good game today. He had one crazy three though. But like I think if Bojan starts to play make more, it litigates the need for more playmaking off the bench, which is what the front office was thinking. So as long as Bojan, because Bojan had not having a good game today, really. But if he keeps playing the way he's been playing, where he's giving you a couple of games with 15, 17 points off the bench in 15 minutes, then we should be fine. Should definitely be fine.
I seen a little bit maybe Tibbs trying different things before the playoffs. And Bogey was out there it was a mixture because McBride was out there with him too, but it was Brunson, McBride, Bogey, Hart. And I can't remember if it was Josh. I can't remember. I think it was Josh Hart. Well, yeah. Well, I couldn't remember. I can't remember the fifth, but yeah, he's trying different lineups, different people, and that may have affected Bogey. You can't. He
His
just
rhythm.
finding a groove, a rhythm. It might have changed up a little bit. Maybe you got to put him really attached to Mitch.
Right.
Maybe you just got to attach him at the hip with Mitch.
Nah, I see what you're saying. Because this is ever since he started to score more lately, he's been getting more minutes with Brunson. And I think we have to do that. I think we have to find a way to use Brunson and Bogey together to maximize like what we can do in the playoff. So we don't have to rely on Brunson to score every single play down the stretch. Because even like yesterday's game, or the game, I mean, not yesterday, the last game, there was a few times where Brunson didn't even touch the ball. Bogey got the ball, he made a play for himself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm talking about Bojan, Joshua. We talking about Bojan.
Yeah, facts. Both with Bogey or whatever with the Knicks in the lineup, a lot of it we were talking about the last podcast when we were asking, a little bit more off ball. We're seeing a little bit more off ball Jalen Brunson type things, and that's because Hart is getting he's getting more comfortable because he was already playmaking. Now he's making assists out of spin moves. So his playmaking is elevating a little bit. Then you got Donte chipping in with his playmaking now. And then Hart. So you're able to have Jalen Brunson off ball. You see the chemistry with Hart and Jalen Brunson both ways. Either it's a pocket pass or it's a little scoop pass that Hart gives to find Jalen Brunson all the time. I think it was a fine. Yeah, matter of fact, he found them, and we needed that bucket big time. It was shot clock running down in like the fourth quarter, and Hart had to wear it though. Where's Brunson?
Yeah,
oh, there you go.
Brunson ran off the screen, hit the three. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. You called it, Ebony. Hart's playmaking has been great, and I just want to point out that Josh Hart scored 17 points today and 13 rebounds and a steal, and shot a three and was efficient from the field. And he still has a sprained wrist, so I gotta give Josh Hart some love because I was criticizing him, but I still remember Deuce sprained his wrist. He's playing with a sprained wrist. So great job from Josh Hart today, and even DiVincenzo had a weird game. Yeah, really weird game. He hit this crazy three at the buzzer. First of all, shout out to him for actually attempting to shoot the three, because 9 times out of 10 people want to protect their 3-point percentage, but he shot that thing from I don't know damn near half court and banked it off the glass at the buzzer. Yeah, and he also had a bunch of turnovers, but he also had a bunch of dunks. A weird game for Devo, but overall he still finds himself in the record books. I saw something on Twitter today that said he is 20th in the NBA all time in threes made. Whew.
Yeah, which is a crazy stat. I think this city made like 273 threes this season, which is kind of crazy. And if you think about it, if he was starting from the beginning of the season, he'd probably have over 300 threes right now when you look at it. And about Devo, that 3-point shot at the end of the half was major because at that point the Bulls hit 2 straight threes. I think Vucevic from the top of the key, then the Knicks turned it over, and then Kobe White hit that big three as well to knock the lead down to 3. And then Devo hitting that shot from half court to put the Knicks back up 6, I think was really major because that gave the Knicks momentum going into the third quarter where I think they were able to open up the lead by 17 before the Bulls started to fight back. But Yeah, Devo just had one of those weird games where it was like, I think he played good for a stretch, and then like for another stretch, he had, a couple lazy turnovers, especially late in the game when he was bringing the ball up the court, and Cruz was able to strip him from behind,
Yeah.
and the Bulls were able to get a basket out off of that. But overall, I mean, a player's gonna have an off night every now and again, and then even though he had an off night, like he still scored 21 points, so it
Exactly.
wasn't like an extremely off night. You know what I mean? He still got his buckets, and he had 6 assists as well. But it was just one of those games where it's like, you do good and you do bad as well.
Yeah. It's like the turnovers, the timing of turnovers wasn't so good, but we ended up winning the game. And he did his thing at the end of the day. 21 points. You take that to the bank, but still a positive on the night. Positive 7 on the night. So I'll take it.
Like Clyde said, he giveth and he taketh.
Yep.
like Clyde said, woof.
Yeah, whoa, that was funny. That was funny.
Yo, Clyde and Gus. Can I have more Clyde and Gus call games, man? Those two are funny, man. I don't know why my ears are so happy listening to them. The marriage of their voices and their banter back and forth is just really enjoyable.
Facts.
It's like two icons playing tennis. I don't know. It was great.
Yes.
It was great,
Playing
man.
around.
And they've done games before, but man, today I don't know. It was just fun today. Especially Gus like trying to use his terms and Kyle adding on to it. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. I loved all of it.
But the quick fact they had found that the New York Knicks PR put out that JB had this the second time this season that he's had consecutive 40-point games. And he's the third Knick to do that. Bernard King, 1984-85 season, and Patrick Ewing, 89-90 season did it also.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought 50 was coming. The way he was looking and the way he was pulling from three and how easy it was happening. And he played damn near the second half and he didn't even look tired. He looked like he was smiling the whole time. Like if I'm the other team and I'm giving you our best shot, and he played. It was like quickly from last year. He played in the whole game, and he's running all over the place, and he's smiling and laughing. And every time he shoots a three, he like blows a kiss to the crowd. I would be scared, yo.
This was Sniper Gang. You see, that's Josh Hart, Pikachu. They go to captain. We are not in the boat today. We in the sniper car.
We in the sniper car. Okay.
They get Donte in the front. The soldier man.
As long as it's not a tank, as long as it's not a tank.
No tank. And here go Caruso. I ain't have the cone.
A chicken?
But I damn sure got
barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. Oh man, barbecue chicken.
Oh yeah, he's getting cooked. He was getting cooked. I cannot think of Caruso without thinking about Jalen Brunson crossing him last season and him hitting the floor and then hitting that three, yo. I can't. It's forever cemented in my mind, yo. It's forever cemented. All right. Anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, I have a question I wanted to ask you guys. You know how they're not trusting Mitch right now to give him the ball, maybe legs or whatever the case is at this moment. They're not doing it because that baby had Alex Caruso on him and they didn't even look at him. So, so whatever the case is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking when they do that pick and roll and then he rolls, of course. Instead, maybe we send him like he's doing, and because there's so much attention on Jalen Brunson, you do the screen to set up the shooters in the corner. Like maybe use him to do that. So, because they're not paying attention. When you look at that, when he rolls, they don't pay attention. And then they're not paying attention to the guy in the corner really either. So if you just roll and kindly just set yourself up for that baseline defender and then get somebody else's shot, I think maybe we should incorporate something of that nature into there to just help our spacing and help Mitch stay in the play.
You saying have Mitch set the pick, and then what else you're saying?
Okay, so we do this. We pick and roll on basically every play.
Mm-hmm.
So Mitch goes up to the top of the key, pick and roll for JB, the ball handler or whatever it is. When he rolls down and they really don't pay really attention, they either drop, but they're mostly focused on Jalen Brunson. And we always have people in the corners, and so it'll be like a guy kind of guarding two people for a little bit.
Oh, you're saying have him screen for Brunson and then screen for the person in the corner.
If it's OJ, wow, wrong guy. If it's OG, in the corner. You get what I'm saying?
I
You
got
have
you.
Mitch set the off-ball screen and they could swing it and he could have a better look.
I see what you're
things of
saying.
that way you keep Mitch into the play. Keep the defenses guessing also. Because they don't want to move and think. That'll add
Yeah.
extra movement.
Nah, I like that. I like that idea. And at the same time, throw him the damn Lob City, man. Like,
I get why I
he's
understand
got.
why they might not doing it though. He don't have his legs just
Yeah,
yet.
you right. You true. Like you right. You throw the lob up there, he might hurt himself trying to catch that joint.
It might be self-preservation.
Thinking about it as well, Ebony makes a good point. I think I don't know if it was a similar play per se, but there was a play where, because if you think about it, okay, when Mitch sets the pick, right, they're trying to trap Brunson, so Mitch's guy is on Brunson trying to like trap him, and Mitch is free, and you know how defenses go, they rotate, so someone is going to rotate from the corner, one of the corners to, account for Mitch rolling to the basket if they have two guys at the top trying to trap Brunson. And
Right.
and it was a play early in this game where I don't know if it was if it was a pick and roll or if it was just ball movement, but there was a play where I forgot who was at the corner. I forgot who was at the corner, but they made a back cut, and Hart screened off the play, and he was able to score the basket off the back cut. And I'm like, maybe you could do something similar where it's like, okay, you pick and roll with Mitch rolls to the basket. The two guys are up top trapping Brunson, and maybe you could do a play where it's like then you have Mitch screen the guy that's guarding the corner and have the guy from the corner make a back cut, and then you have Brunson kind of like.
That's pretty much what Ebony was saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think Ebony was more talking about like spot up in the corner for three.
Oh, like have him. I see what you're saying. You're saying instead of relocating for another three, just cut to the basket.
To have Mitch like screen them off, so that's like an easy basket. You know what I mean? You could do that as well sometimes. Thinking about it.
I can see it. We need more Mitch involved. Is pretty much what we're saying. We need Mitch more involved.
Yeah, just that way you don't have somebody just standing there waiting.
Right.
They have to think. You still have to think. Make them think.
Yeah. The good news is he played 20 minutes today. Bad news is he's rebounding, man. Woo. I'm not used to Mitch getting one rebound.
Well, one again, he don't have any legs, and
yeah,
two, Mitch is key big on boxing out and allowing other people to snag the rebounds. Like he'll just clear his man out, allow whoever to grab.
We had the two steals. One rebound, but in 20 minutes.
That man a brick wall though.
Yeah.
He showed who was that ran into him and gave him the ball. Yeah. Literally tried to body him up and lost the ball.
Yeah.
I forgot who that was.
Was it Craig?
I don't know.
It might have been Craig. But if we play the Cavs, we need Mitch, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Salute to the chat, though. Shout out to people in the chat. Shout out to Cap Quest, Nick Yak, Just Knicks. Who else was in here? Joshua, John Smith, Marvin Smith. All the Smiths in here. I saw JT Riddick is in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Reggie Clark, aka Mr. Gemini 1967. Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to D Edge. Everybody rock with the show. If you like the show, hit that like and subscribe. Michael Moore, shout out to you too. We're here after every game talking Knicks basketball. And Friday, we'll be here Thursdays, a back-to-back.
Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday. We got the Celtics Thursday and the Nets Friday. So definitely be there for those two Knicks games. And we'll be here talking Knicks with you guys. All right. So definitely, Celtics is a big game, man. That's a big game. We'll see if they actually play because they sat their players the other day. Today, actually.
I mean, they playing against us. You already
know.
Yeah, they're gonna probably use their full starting lineup and be like, you know what, we can't let these dudes beat us. So we're gonna play our full starting lineup. We don't care if we got the 1 seed already locked up.
Exactly.
And home court the other playoffs. We're gonna play the Knicks with our full lineup just to send a damn message. Watch.
Just our luck, damn it. Just our luck. Yeah. But hit that like and subscribe if you're feeling this. And also, super chats are welcome. There's also Cash App and all that other and what do you call it? PayPal stuff. You want to send something and you don't like the whole big mess. So shout out to it just helps the show, helps us pay for all the stuff, the subscription services, all that to keep everything going and lights on. All right. So thank you guys for the support. And yeah, I think it's time, man. I think it's time for that part of the
Wait,
show.
wait, before we get to bro picks,
What's up?
don't hit the bro yet. Before I'm sorry, before we get to, we were talking again about last part about the Bucks health. And you know, you see Giannis get a non-contact injury. So kind of, you know, we were talking about that last pod. Like they threw out the white flag. That was kind of alarming. That spoke volumes to me. And then we see Giannis go down today.
Yeah. After just getting back. Doc Rivers played him 38 minutes he was supposed to be on minutes restriction the day he played us. And I'm not sure if Doc meant to play him as many minutes as he played him. I think he was just trying to win the game by any means necessary. And it might have backfired. Today versus the Celtics. That's the crazy thing when you talk about these games where people are throwing their best shot at you now. These play-in teams are allowing records to be broken because no one's resting anymore. Nobody's resting anymore. And it's harder to rest stars, especially when you're battling for position. So yeah, it sucks for Giannis. I'll keep an eye on the Bucks and the Magic because they play each other twice moving forward. So we can see the Bucks kind of slip down these last few games without Giannis. Crazy.
Yeah.
And Doc Rivers once again.
Calmer be calmer.
Hot seats, boy. Hot seats.
You know, it's kind of funny now that I think about it. Do you think the Bucks should have got rid of Budenholzer to begin with?
I thought that whole idea in itself was wrong, and he had just lost his brother too.
Yeah,
it's calmer be calmer.
It's funny because when it comes to basketball, right? I do feel like he didn't perform well in the playoffs. So, like, I understand the brother angle, but if Jimmy Butler's torching you the whole series and you don't change your coverage at all, kind of feel if Tibbs did that,
yeah, they'd be calling for his head.
Yeah. They don't care what happened in Tibbs' family's life. Tibbs didn't change the coverage. He's stubborn. He don't change. Like that would have been Tibbs' head. So I understand the sentiment of like the family and stuff like that, but like or maybe I don't know. Maybe the only thing you can really argue is the death of a family member affected his performance. Maybe you could say that. I don't know. But as far as the actual performance in the playoffs, it wasn't good from Budenholzer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought he needed to be fired, but sometimes it's best to be a little patient and wait till the coaching market for the replacements is higher than an Adrian Griffin first-time coach. I know that Giannis specifically did not want Nick Nurse, which that speaks volumes based on like Nick Nurse's perception around the NBA. But if you're going to fire the coach that you won a championship with, you better be replacing him with someone at least of equal value. And to hire a first-time coach in Adrian Griffin, I think that was a mistake in itself.
Yeah,
it's always a mistake.
But that was on Giannis because I feel like Giannis was lobbying for him, and at the same time, Giannis was a threat to leave. So your franchise MVP player pretty much had that franchise by the balls. So I kind of get it. I'm not gonna load you. Like it looks bad now, but if your franchise player says, "Hey, I have 1 year left. I like this coach. You're a small market team. What are you gonna do?"
Yeah, there's handcuffed. Kind of like Golden State with Steph, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They might want to go elsewhere with Draymond and Clay, but you don't want to piss off Steph.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So sometimes you just be in the tough spot. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Then. Well,
That's it.
that's
I'm
it.
good.
All right. All right. Let's get to it though. You already know what time it is. Bruh. It's the bruh pick time. Bruh picks are the worst plays of the game. Sometimes it's not even this game. It could be any other game. And sometimes it's not even a game. It could just be something stupid, dumb, idiotic that you want to point out and say this was stupid, dumb, or idiotic. So we giving it bruh. And I already know this bruh today. Because this is one that happened today. This one that happened today.
Yep.
Look like
And I am unloading the clip.
it looked like a Diddy party.
Yeah.
That this the one of them bro picks look like a Diddy party.
Oh man. I don't know if I got that one. That might be an Ebony special.
A
but-
Diddy party, bro. Wait, what?
I sent it to the chat. I sent it to
What?
the chat so you can see.
Is that safe for the
see it.
internet? This
I'm talking about Tory. They did a zoom up of Tory Craig in the Drummond situation. It looked like a picture out of a Diddy at the Diddy party.
Oh,
Oh man. I
I
didn't
can
see
see
the
it
picture.
too.
I didn't see the picture. Oh boy.
Oh,
Look, I'm over here sending a picture to the wrong people. They gonna let you.
Lee, look at it for me. Look at it for me and tell me what you see. Oh,
I got it.
I don't know if I want this in the group chat.
You gotta see
That's
it.
like-
You gotta see it.
That's like when Ryan gave me a bruh pick today for the video that I dropped in the group chat.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a broad pick right there.
Oh man, I'm glad I missed that video then. I'm glad I was working today and missed that one.
It was a whole.
Let's just say there was a lot of R. Kelly activity going on.
Oh
in that
my
video. I'll just leave it at that.
No.
Bunch of sexual
What does that
deviance
mean?
going
That
on
could mean
today.
a lot. That could mean pee. That could.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Yeah,
was.
you just said it. You just said it.
What is y'all? I'll be at work, guys. Don't get me in trouble. Like, oh, what do you want?
Nigga,
Oh
open it
man.
up. But you gotta start off with 2 coins. You already gotta start off.
Yeah. We have to give our daily bro picks before we get into.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
The
Ritual.
can of coins.
Ritual KOT. We give our daily bro picks to Paul Pierce, bruh, and Gilbert Arenas, bruh, because they're breathing, and you know they did something stupid.
Holly Rowe, don't forget her. She got one too. We equal
Oh, yes.
opportunists around here.
Bruh. Because you already know they said something stupid. You need to be around. If a tree falls in the forest, does it sound dumb when nobody's around? So of course, Gilbert. I don't know. They're connected. You get it.
Yeah,
We get it.
Gilbert. If it end with a Y, they a bro pick.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. First bro pick goes to Stephen A. Smith.
I wanted this one.
So, this guy is a self-proclaimed Knicks fan saying that he's been a Knicks fan over 50 years, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera.
Cap.
So he goes on his show and talks about the Knicks' performance against the Bucks, where the Knicks won 122 to 109. And then he proceeds to talk about the Knicks, and he says he likes what he's seeing from Grimes coming off the bench. Sir, Grimes was traded before the trade deadline. He's no longer in New York. He's in Detroit. That's number one. And then number two, he proceeds to talk about Hardenstein, and was talking about Hardenstein as a reserve. Sir, Hardenstein's been starting since Mitch went down with the injury. And since Mitch has come back, he is still starting, sir.
Bruh. You see, he got hyped because he just learned Hartenstein's name like a month ago. Like I'm not even joking. He just learned Hartenstein's name a month ago, and when he learned it is when I feel like he might have been coming off the. No, I think when he learned his name, he didn't realize he was coming off the bench that he was starting then. So it doesn't surprise me that whoever staff gave him his notes on the Knicks for today because you know he does not watching all the Knicks games.
Facts.
Because he's pretty much copy pasting all of Kendrick Perkins' takes from the last month, so he can get in better with Knicks fans. Yeah. You like, man, Perk. I mean, I get it, Perk. You got to be valuable, Perk. I get it. You want to keep your job, want to give more opportunities. Good boss man it takes. But yeah, he don't know the Knicks, man. He's not valid. He's not valid. He's not.
Definitely not.
He's not a real Knicks fan. I'm sorry.
My next broad pick goes to Skip Bayless because you see, this is the stuff I don't like. So he made a comment. I'm not sure if it was on Undisputed or whatever the case may be, but it was circling around the internet. And he made a comment saying that he would pick Caitlin Clark over Bronny James in the draft. And this is the stuff I don't like because it's like, why are you comparing a men's player to a women's player when they play in separate leagues? Like, what's the point of that? Like, you're clearly doing that to throw shade on Bronny James. And we already know that he hates LeBron James as it is. So it's like, oh, so you're just trickling down the hate for LeBron James to his son now that hasn't done nothing to warrant that hate.
That's why it shows you.
Like, and then it's like, these are the people that have big platforms and they say the dumbest ish in the damn world. And it's like, why do you have a platform? Like, why? And you say dumb ish like that, throwing unnecessary hate on the kid when the kid has done nothing to warrant that hate.
Bruh. Crazy.
It's about that time. It's about that time for Skip.
Yeah, that might be a whose man. That's a whose man's is this. I'm sorry. That's a whose man's is this.
Facts.
It might be time to go to get on the yachts and enjoy the scenery. That's that time.
Exactly. Just push him out.
Exactly.
Let him say it.
My next broad pick goes to one of our daily broad picks because he it seems like every other day he just says something dumb. Gilbert Arenas. So on his podcast, he was basically saying, he was talking about the play-in in the West and was basically saying that the Lakers and the Warriors are going to go to the playoffs just based on their fan bases, and the Kings and Pelicans will be sent home. So basically, he's not giving no basketball reasons as to why the Lakers and the Warriors are going to advance to the playoffs. He's just basically on teams' fan bases as to who will advance. So I guess the NBA is going to rig the games and be like, you know what? We love the Lakers fan base and we love the Warriors fan base. So you know what? We're going to make them go to the playoffs and have the Kings and Pelicans be kicked out.
Bruh. I mean, he might have a point. I don't know. It might be rigged. I don't know. Gilbert.
My next broad pick
I don't like that guy.
Yeah, me neither. My next broad pick, of course, the broad pick that happened tonight. We already saw a clip of it earlier. You know, it started off the podcast.
Yeah, it started off the podcast.
So, you know, Bogdanovic was dribbling. The Bulls stripped him. Torrey Craig he had a wide open lane to the basket. I don't know why he did it. At the time, the Bulls were down by 8 points. So I was like, you down by 8 points. Why are you trying to be fancy? My guy goes off the backboard, and he was followed up by Drummond. Drummond's thinking that the pass on the backboard's for him. They both go for the dunk, and they
Diddy party.
Yeah, Drummond was a bit too close. He was a bit too close.
Bruh.
And to do it down by 10.
That's what you talking about?
Exactly. Like you're not even up in the game. You're down, and you're gonna do this dumb crap. Like, come on, man.
Bruh.
You got a tech and you found the place on Shaq and the Fool. Congratulations. You played yourself, Corey.
That was great. That's in Hall of Fame of embarrassing plays. You throw an alley-oop to Showboat. Somebody think he's throwing you off the backboard for him, and y'all crash into each other and turn the ball over. And then homie gets hurt on top of that. No, I don't want nobody to get hurt, but damn, yo.
And your face look like that in your picture, your close-up. They get a close-up and you looking like that.
Meek Mill.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, oh man.
Oh
No,
man.
no.
And my last bro pick goes to I don't even it's probably the refs. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to the refs because the refs deserve a bro pick it seems like after every game anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the Bucks and Celtics played tonight, and guess how many total free throws was called in the game?
How many? I don't even know. Is it a high
Two
number or
free
low?
throws for the
What?
whole game, and the Celtics had no free throws
Wow.
in
Very
that
surprising.
game.
Wait, what?
Where's the script at? And now that's
How
it.
many free
Where's the
throws?
script?
2 free throws for the whole game, and the Celtics had none.
That's wild.
What?
That
That's
don't sound right.
crazy. Who had the 2 free throws? Dame?
I'm about to look right now. I'm about to see who had the 2 free throws
Yeah.
because I saw the stat online.
Mm.
All right, so let's see. So the free throws went to Giannis. He had the only 2 free throws in the game.
I don't believe that with Dame Lillard in the game. Where's the script?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Dame played 36 minutes, no free throws,
That-
none.
That's
That had
wow.
that had to be a first.
That has to be a first in his career. That's crazy. Wow. Rap just
Somebody
wanted to go
said-
home that game.
I guess
For
so.
real.
Or somebody filmed it in film. Somebody said, look,
Yeah,
look,
there's somebody
look,
filming that film from that next game. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. That's not.
I mean, unless they took all jump shots, but I mean, that's hard to believe. Like nobody drove into the paint. Like, come on, it was just all jump shots all game.
I feel you. Yeah, I hear you. Yo,
Nitziak.
got a bro pick, damn it. I feel like I'm the only one invested. I've been probably the most invested in this group. Come on, man. J. Cole, man. You gotta dog, man. Come on.
Corny.
Cole. You let Nas down, you let Diggy down, you let everybody down, man. That is
part of the game is this.
part of the game is this. Yo, I don't understand how you go on stage and apologize for retaliating. Dude, this you
If he did it
first.
before.
Huh?
I would have been cool with the apology if he ain't respond first.
He responded. He Kendrick comes out with the big 3 line, and it's not a big F the big 3, which means F you, J. Cole, because you part of big 3. So he said F the big 3, which means F you. It's just big me. You come out with let's be honest. All right, I'm gonna be honest today. There was some heat on that album. The 7-minute drill disc, there was like a verse and a half of like, oh. Like the whole first beat was just like filler. Then the beat switches. I'm like, oh, okay, we getting somewhere. Hits you with a couple of bars. That's kind of hot, and then he dips. I'm like, oh, that's a bar and a half. I'm like, all right, cool. This is the tap. Fine. Now I just think he just didn't want the smoke in general. He didn't have nothing to say. He didn't know what to say. And he just want the smoke in general. I just can't believe this is. I don't know how he's gonna recover from this. Like, you cannot rap you can't say you're the best at anything ever again in your entire life.
Yep.
Like, now if I listen to the next album, you're saying, yo, I'm the best rapper in it. I'm like, next.
Feels like a participation trophy.
Yeah, like I think you just gotta do poetry. Like, I don't know if you do rapping.
It's Big 3. He talk about Big Sean, I guess.
Big Sean's moving. Yeah,
Jermaine.
Oh my gosh. And then you put your whole team at risk, man. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, everybody under Dreamville is food right now. Because if it's like they gonna be like, well, your boy ain't gonna do nothing, so I know you ain't gonna do nothing. Like, I'm sorry.
He just gonna apologize to us.
Bruh. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you get disrespected first, and then they return the disrespect, Then all of a sudden be like, you know what? I didn't mean to disrespect. Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind that, but I don't know. It is what it is.
I understand the distorts my spirit thing, but like this is hip hop, man. Like no one was getting hurt. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
It looked like he went to the hole and hesitated and then got his shot punched. That's what that feels like.
And he's been talking about how he wanted to do this for so long. He's been talking for years about how he wanted smoke. About any rapper. He's been talking about that for years.
Yes.
Years.
Get the smoke on his kumbaya.
Yo.
I had rather you did the spoken word like Drake doing than this. You might as well just kept the spoken word.
You might as well just snap over some beats and keep it moving, man. Like it's
bring out some props and yell at it like Drake. Like, don't do this.
Yeah, he was better off just ignoring it than if that's the case.
You just might as well have people talk about get in the booth like they doing Drake, because this was the other. This was not it.
Yeah.
It had 50 Cent talking about telling him, J. Cole hit my line. This ain't it.
Yeah, that's my one, bruh.
That was a bruh pick. I knew you was gonna have that one. I got a bruh. Well, I already gave him Corey. Was it Torrey Craig? The bruh. That baby got to pay a fine, got embarrassed, and is about to be on Shaq and the Fool. So yeah, he definitely had to be one. He definitely.
Bruh.
My other bruh pick is Boston for the shenanigans they pulled today. What you doing, Boston?
Getting fined.
What you doing, Boston? You just gonna sit them down? Like they better be sat down against us too. Go ahead and get it rest. Go get that end of the season rest all the way through. Because if not, then we already know what it is. But it's whatever. Because ain't nowhere to run in the playoffs. There's nowhere to run. We gonna catch up to who we gonna catch up to. You know who are because we going far in this playoffs. But Boston sitting KP and Al Horford. Bruh. Yeah. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Did I have another one? I thought I had another one. Oh, the Drummond was part of that. My you got to give Drummond. But then I said, can I give him? Because he got hurt. I didn't know if I could. That was mean or not.
That's not even Drummond's fault. He thought Craig was throwing him a lob.
But he didn't get out the way. So that is your fault. If you throw a lob, you throw to the angle and move. He threw the lob and he went up. He wasn't trying to give it to you. He wasn't trying to give it to you. Come on. Chicago's a hard playing team. They're just not very smart. They're not a very smart basketball team.
As you can see.
Don't know how they is, off the court. But on the court, they're not the.
As you can see.
You know how many times Clyde has said, what do you know? That's a terrible shot.
Yeah, Kobe White.
Talking about Kobe White bad times. It's a terrible shot. Yeah. That's not a good shot. Like all game, that was Clyde. And that's it. That was my two. That was it.
All right.
I got two picks though. One of them is Wemby. Wemby, who's an alien. That in and out, that sham guard in traffic to a spin move was absolutely ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
He's an alien. And his logo is ridiculous too. Whoever came up with that logo that he got,
fire.
Woo, that's got to be the best in the NBA. That's got to be the best in the NBA. And my other pick will be Lindsey Harden getting G League Coach of the Year and also getting some looks for the Charlotte head coaching job. So shouts out to the former Dookie.
Man, the comment section under that, I'm not gonna hold you. Kind of worried I'm worried.
Doing who?
Cause Charlotte, man. Charlotte is not the most mature team. I think it's the Bridges thing.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna be ready for that probably. But just to look at her, to get her a look.
Yeah, get her a look. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad for
whose logo? Wemby's logo, Alexander, absolutely fire.
All right.
That's it. And there was a one question in the chat too before we end. They asked, where do you think Mitchell Robinson is percentage wise, healthy wise, because he still looks like he's can't move that well. I
It's
I, I said 65.
I
Yeah,
think he's
that's
healthy. I think he's just out of
exactly
shape.
like
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah,
65 like percent. Yeah, I think the same in shape.
Yeah, he's out of shape.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
That was
think
the
this back to
exact
back
number.
shows us about his health, what they think of his health and condition.
Heard you. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. But I think he's fully healthy. He just needs to be more in shape. He played 20 minutes today. I think that's the most minutes he's played. So I think they're just trying to ramp him up now for the playoffs. So I can see him getting 20, 25 minutes a game for the next for a few games to just get his wind up. Pretty sure
Yeah.
he'll be running during the week.
Oh, it was Stanley's question. Sorry, I was glancing. My bad, Stanley. Mr. Stanley
Shout out
Novak.
Stanley.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
All
I'm
right.
done.
All right. Anything,
Got
Lee?
some. You know I do. I want to start off with a new pick. I really appreciate Knit Central, Alex, someone who's been one of my top ops since I hopped on Twitter. Him and I have had some of the most nastiest, disrespectful exchanges. I've ripped him apart inside and out, top to bottom, everything about the man. I've destroyed it, him to me. But he hit my DMs earlier this season, and it's in an olive branch and just wanted to squash beef. It's not like we have been fighting recently. He just, for some reason, reached out to me, and I was like, damn, that's really kind of him. I appreciate that. It made me rethink my own stance and my role on Twitter and how I am on Twitter, and I appreciate that. And so on the show with Nittinator, we had a really solid conversation. Dude, he's not a dumbass. He knows ball. He's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. I think he watches a lot of the league, and I agree with most of his takes on the Knicks. It doesn't mean I'm agree with all of them, because when he's wrong, he's really wrong. And I have no problem telling that to him, but it was just nice to have that pettiness squashed in lieu of the playoffs, where we can all just band together and get this chip. That being said, that's a positive side, and it's Twitter. Shout out my man Alex and my man Mike, who's a Nets fan, and we had a nice back and forth roasting session. But yeah, I never thought I'd be friends with Alex. Now for my bruh picks, all of them have to do with Nits Twitter. The last 72 hours on Nits Twitter has been a hot mess, and I made a post about the people who I thought had the best takes, and it just became a thread of like, it was a thread of just like violence, like kind of literal. So in third place for bruh pick is my main man and best Twitter friend, Ariel, my guy, bro. Like the last 72 hours of subtweeting and corny ass tweets and corny ass memes you've been posting about positivity and delete the fate friends and like move in silence and like all these like fate motivational. My guy, just squash it. Don't worry about what other people are doing or saying about you. Mind your business, mute, block, and move on. You're too smart of a dude to be wasting time with people who are there to antagonize you.
Protect your peace, Ariel.
Yeah.
Protect your peace.
My brother.
Speaking of which, number 2, State from Harlem. My guy, man. Listen, Ariel is like the best friend. I'm not as close with State as I am Ariel. I love Ariel to death. But State, he's someone who, especially with his father passing away, in the DMs, him and I have been communicating a lot. Let him know that I'm there for him, and I appreciate the role that he plays in its Twitter. But my man went wild left yesterday, threatening violence against multiple people. He wanted to knock some people out. He wanted to fight and pull up. He probably going through a lot of grief. That's why I recommended therapy. I think it's really important for us men to not be afraid to embrace therapy and talk about our feelings and the shit that's making us go crazy. And I love for him. So I just wanted to like, yo, man, squash it. Stop trying to fight people. It's not worth it. This is just Tates in basketball. It's not real life or death. Number 1. I think this is the worst take I've heard on Twitter. My man, Big J from Florida.
Look.
My man was talking about Diddy, bro. This take is so unbelievable. He was talking about Diddy, and he said something like some bodyguard was talking about someone else was doing the same thing. And this man had the audacity to say free Diddy. I was like, free Diddy. There's certain people where like it's ambiguous. Did he do it? Did he not do it? No pun intended. Did he did it? Like this is decades of horrible abuse, manipulation, extortion, terrible, dangerous NDAs, violence. It's a generational. I mean, you can look up his family, his father being kind of an associate of Frank White. Shout out American Gangster and Denzel. But Diddy doesn't come from a good family tree, and it looks like his kids don't either. So to say free Diddy is quite a choice and gave me the worst pick of 2024. I let him know. I thought that was the worst pick to say. Free Diddy. Those are my bro picks. Much love.
He got
Bruh. He said that's my bro picks, much love.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick too about the Twitter. Everybody's dealing with stuff, and some people on Twitter for different things. Some people on social media for different things, whether it be escape for their real life, whatever it is, entertainment. Some people trying to content create. Some people just want to be a fan. Like I had joined Twitter because my family got tired of me talking Knicks to them all the time. They was like, "All right, we love you, but enough's enough. Enough's enough." Right? So I had to found me the Twitter community, found my guys, and here we go. And then the rest of it's being written, But just whatever, protect your peace, y'all. And respect everybody's opinion. You have a right to opinion, but understand that somebody else does too. It's a two-way street, and once you realize that, your life will be a lot better. I guarantee you. A lot of times you type and delete. And you're like, it ain't even worth it. It's not even worth it. You don't have to, you can pick and choose what you respond to. You can mute a block. You won't look soft for doing that. That's called protecting your peace. Whichever way that is that you have to do that. That's just my advice to everybody.
I feel you. I haven't blocked many people, but the like 4 or 5 people I blocked, I do not regret it.
I blocked one person that came from the WNBA community because there was a setup. They try to get you engaged to get your page reported. You get what I'm saying? And they can report you after. I said, I'm just gonna block you. I ain't got no time for you to get my page blocked.
Yeah.
Stanley. Believe it or not, I'm not fighting with anyone. I'm not fighting with anybody. The beef was around me. I wasn't involved in the beef.
Said no fight.
I'm not fighting with nobody.
I just block. I sleep good, just like J. Cole does.
You apologizing?
Oh nah, I ain't do that. I just said I sleep good. Like
on Twitter, I don't necessarily block people. I mute certain profiles because they just say some dumb crap like that. Like that dude that was laughing when Julius Randle, when the news came out about Julius Randle being out for the rest of the season, and that jackass laugh. Like I muted him, but people I don't really like block. I'll mute you for a while, and I'll just try to avoid your takes because it's like, to me on Twitter, like I don't really have the time to get into verbal sparring matches with people. So a lot of times I'll just respond to like a couple things, whatever the case may be. But yeah, there's some jackasses on it. I just mute them. I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna even allow you to like bother me on my timeline with your foolish tweets or whatever dumbass things you want to say. And like I don't even let it bother me. I'm like, nah, mute.
The people I blocked have, with the exception of one, have like been in my DMs talking crazy. Where I'm just like, why are you in my DMs? Like,
man, you took the energy to come in
it's like you my DMs
to threaten
basketball. Like what?
This feels like Call of Duty, sir.
Exactly.
This feels like nah, but yeah, it's just whatever you got to do to protect your peace. I try not to let people affect the emotions or get me there. And if they are trying to get me, I got to move myself away from the situation. I try not to let people in control of my emotions.
There you go. I feel you.
That's just what I do. And a lot of that, I guess, it becomes me joking around with stuff and not taking nothing serious. That works, y'all. Don't take nothing serious.
Don't take nothing serious.
Facts.
All right. That's the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. All right. Lee, let them know where they can find you, man.
At Twitter, _Lee Escobedo, LeeEscobedo, or searching the hashtag bum, #Knicks. You'll see me fight with somebody. I need to get back into an argument with Uncle Fulio. I miss that guy, man. I need to debate him soon. That's my main man. Shout out Uncle Fulio, man. He's a great dude.
Oh, yeah.
Or Jason M., another great debater.
Yeah.
Love Jason.
Jason M. You haven't seen Jason in that long.
I know. I reached out to him every day. He said he's going to be calling in soon.
That's what's up. There's a few people I haven't seen in a minute, actually, now I think about it. But shout out to Jason M. All right. Ebony, where they can find you?
You can find me here after every post game. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Mad Knick Fans. I run a pregame before every Knick game on Twitter called Your Take Knicks, and during the Liberty season, I run the post game of every Liberty post game space on Twitter called Bowling with the Queens.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's it
Yeah. Yo,
for
shout
now.
Shout out to Craig Ward. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm not sure if you're still here, but he was here in the beginning. Shout out to Coach Sire as well. Ryan G, let him know where we can find you, sir.
You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT. You could also find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIR. G is CHILLIN.
All right. You can find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Knick of Time Show on Facebook as well. All right. Cool. And yeah, that's that show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back Thursday when we play the Celtics. Hopefully we get that W. We're locking up that third or second seed. All right. Wait.
You better sit everybody else.
Huh?
I said they better sit everybody else. They taking turns. So next game should be Tatum and Brown should take a seat.
Well, how many wins do we have? How close are we to the 50 burger?
I think three. I think we're 3 away. I think
We got to win out.
Yeah, I think so to get 50. Yeah.
So we gotta go. We got sweep to get to 50. Interesting. All right. All right.
Possible.
I think we do it. I don't know. 50 been standing out for me before we even traded for OG. So I think we do it. I'm manifesting. I got my faith in it.
We'll see. We'll see if we frying up burgers on Friday. All right. We'll see.
I think if the Knicks beat the Celtics, they get in the 50 burger.
Yeah, me too.
Great.
It's 50 or 49. That's how I see it. Although I hate the NBA for that back-to-back, yo. Y'all really have us playing the Nets on the back-to-back. I feel like you don't even need to have us have the Celtics on the back-to-back. You have us the Nets on the back-to-back. So you can wear us out on the Celtics and then I see the NBA.
If it's one team that's going to want to ruin our plans, it's going to be the Nets.
Exactly. Exactly. So keep an eye on that. All right. That's the show, though. We out of here. And as always,
shout out to Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks Twitter streets, YouTube streets, the real street, everywhere. That's the show. We out of here.
Peace.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
Bogdanovic never stopped moving. It's a steal from Drummond. Andre Drummond knocked it free, and Torrey Craig.